Hey everyone, it's Nate. Just wanted to come by and give you guys a brief update. I know my channel hasn't been that active in the past few weeks, um, but the reason for that is simply that we've been striking out with the weather on the East Coast. We simply have not had that many good days. It's been raining a lot, and it's been cold. I've already gotten rained out of two events. One event down in New Jersey, in South Jersey, and also was planning to go to Maine to do a land speed event. Um, that didn't pan out. They canceled it. That got moved back to July. And then I was just at the track about a week ago, and it felt like winter. When I got up in the morning, it was 38 degrees, and the warmest they got was mid 50s. But I missed most of the morning because it was still in the 40s. So that's why I haven't been as active. But in spite of that, do have a couple of updates for you guys today, and just figure I could help out any way I can with some information. So one of the things that I've been getting asked a lot about are the boost temps, because as most of you know who've been keeping up with my channel, I'm running the Stage 2 supercharger gears, but I have not had a problem with high boost temps. I think the reason for that is simply because, well, actually, there's a few factors. The main factor, I believe, is my ignition timing was never altered. I'm running stock ignition timing, and I think it peaks at 33 degrees advance, and then the upper RPMs, I'm running about 29 degrees advance. And it's not making that much heat as a result, and that's certainly helping things. Also, my rev limiter is still very close to stock. Stock is 13,250. Mine is set to 13.5, so I'm not anywhere near 14,000 or higher, and that helps. It's less stress on the motor, and I think the heat is reduced as a result. And lastly, I'm running race fuel on my bike. I'm not running pump that much. I don't street ride my bike much. My bike only has about 2,200 miles, and most of those miles are on the racetrack. So they're all fast miles, but I'm running race fuel, and I run either Q16 or C12 or a mix of both. And both of those fuels burn very fast. They have a lower spec gravity. They atomize quicker, and even BP claims that their fuels will cool intake charge. And quite honestly, guys, I my boost temps never hit 200. I mean, they'll hit mid 180s, maybe 190 on a hot day, but that's it. I have not had a problem with boost temps. Most of you guys doing all these highway runs, my setup would probably work for you as well, but I don't really know. I don't really know. A lot of guys don't really know what their ignition map is at because, when they're flashing their bikes or if they go into one guy who doesn't reveal his ignition map, or they're trying to get the most horsepower and, they don't want to sacrifice that last 10 horsepower. So I give an example. My bike made 263 at 13.5. That was uncorrected. SAE correction, it was 257. And that's low compared to a guy who's played with his ignition timing and he's got 267 SAE, right? So he's making 10 more peak horsepower than I am on the SAE scale. But he's running an intercooler. I'm not, right? So do that last 10 peak horsepower mean anything to me? Not really. Um, because I feel that the bike is fast enough as it is. I'm not going to chase the last few peak horsepower and then have to worry about all the heat issues. But if you're drag racing and you're a champion, or or you're trying to just get that last few peak horsepower, for bragging rights, then by all means, you definitely gonna want an intercooler. But that's that. That's all I'm running, guys. It's not anything crazy, you know. It's very simple setup, and that's that. Um, as far as the chain I'm running, I'm just giving you guys some information on my setup. I'm running the EK MVX3, which is probably their strongest 525 chain that's out right now. Um, Seems pretty good. I would recommend you guys that are really going hard out there to change your chain at least every few weeks, every 8 weeks. Change your chain like you change your oil. Change your chain. Don't wait for it to stretch. One guy that I follow on Facebook already broke a chain at a land speed event in Texas, and he maintains his stuff good. These bikes make a lot of power. You want to change your chain, clean your air filters, take care of your engine. But enough about that. I am looking to bring you guys some good video in the coming weeks. Taking a little bit break to save some money, um, so I can get back on the track. The track is not cheap. But for the couple of track days I did do, obviously I didn't set the world on fire. They were slow days because the couple of days I did in Summit in April, I was just reacquainting myself with the bike. And actually, this year I switched to the Bridgestone Slicks. I wanted to try a new tire, and they work really good. The wear characteristics are impressive. I find that the Bridgestone slide more than the Dunlop rear, in the rear particular, and that takes some getting used to. But it's a controllable slide. It's predictable, and I really like them. I really like them. Are they worth $80 more than the Dunlop? Honestly, I don't think so, to be honest. But the wear is more consistent than the Dunlop, so I like them on that front, and I think I'm gonna stick with them for this season. As far as the front tire, I feel that the Bridgestone Slicks turns in faster than the Dunlop GPA Pros, and that also takes some getting used to. But I felt more confident with the Dunlop, even though the Dunlops take more effort to turn in. I feel more confident on them, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to dial that out, so I can really pick up the pace with the Bridgestones. And that's that with the chain and the tires. Um, I think that's pretty much it as far as updates. Um, I have a few photos in the background, and like I said, we haven't set the world on fire, but we're looking to get back out there and learn a little bit more and get up to speed, and hopefully I can bring you guys some good vid. So that's really it for now. No major updates, but if you guys have any questions, about setup I'm running, feel free to post in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to share with you, some of my experience. Actually, there was one other thing I wanted to bring to you guys. I did get back to the dyno, and I tested the DNA filter and the Sprint P16, not the P08, the street filter. I tested Sprint's race filter against the DNA, and there was a considerable jump in horsepower. I picked up about the 10 more peak horsepower just with the filter and some light tuning. So, and that's expected. That Sprint is it really flows a lot more air. But the P08 is probably a lot more on par with the DNA filter, and that's to be expected. So I just wanted to see how much more efficient that Sprint race filter was, and it did not disappoint. I did dyno, but I deleted those vids. I didn't think the quality was that great because I was just focusing on getting a good tune, and I only had a short amount of time. But if you guys want to see that chart, as a matter of fact, maybe I will post that chart in this vid just so you can see. But the gain was mostly on top end. I mean, mid range and acceleration up to about 10,000 RPM. It was a wash. Um, the horsepower really difference. The gain was up top. That was all. So if you don't spend a lot of time up in high RPMs, I wouldn't even bother with a race filter. And obviously, the race filter is a lot more maintenance as well. So you're gonna have to pull it every month and spray it, blow it out. I do like the fact that it's not cotton, so you don't need oil. You just use compressed air to clean it. So I like the Sprint filter on that front. It's easy. It's easier to maintain. So guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the picks, and like I said, we're gonna be getting back out there, and I'd like to bring you guys some videos. I still have brushed Van Diemen titanium systems in stock in the U.S. If you're interested, those are still $24.99. 3 to 4 business days, you'll have it on your doorstep. If you want the polished titanium, those are $27.99 shipped to your door, and that's roughly 2 weeks. Even though I get them a little bit quicker. So if you're interested in those, info@gssny.com or turbo329@gmail.com. Feel free to visit the website at vandiemenusa.com. So guys, that's all for now, and hope to have some more updates for you within, uh, I would say maybe early June. So maybe in about 2 or 3 weeks, I'll have some more updates. Unless you guys have questions, and then I make another video to answer any questions you have. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.